It was another outstanding performance from the VIP group on Telegram. As you can see, my friends, these are our signals which we have sent on the VIP group, and thankfully check out how green it is. I mean, this is really great. All of the signals, almost all of them are full in green, and actually almost all of them have reached the take profit number 2 and 3 as well. Check out the results here right in front of you, and I'm scrolling without hiding anything at all, including the losses as well. Thankfully, all these losses has been recovered. As you can see also, 9th of December, Friday, was actually a 100% in profit. Same goes to the December 2nd, of course. All of the signals went in profit. It was 100% in profit. And again, I'm telling you, I'm not hiding any losses at all. December 1st was awful day, but however, we have thankfully been able to recover the losses. And thankfully, we also can see the reviews from our clients who are actually making profits with our signals. So indeed, Xtreme Trader is back on track, and December seems like it's going to be an excellent month for the group, and hopefully everyone is going to end up with making a lot of profits using our Forex signals. So of course, guys, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. They will do the best they can to help you, and they will support you to join the group, and hopefully we will see you there. So I'm sure many of you wondering why this week we didn't have any late week analysis or Friday analysis videos. The reason, guys, is actually I was out of the town, and I wasn't able to make any videos. I wasn't able to record anything. So I am back right now, and let's now see what we can do next with this market. Let's now begin with the weekly analysis signals, and let's now start with the Euro USD. So again, Euro USD was actually ranging inside of the safe zone. Actually, the Euro USD signal has worked perfectly fine, and it actually went in about 54 pips of profit before going back again inside of the safe zone. However, it went back again right now in about 11 pips of profit. But the question is, am I going to keep the sell order? The answer is simply no. Most likely, guys, we are going to start buying the Euro USD this time. So let me, of course, delete the old signal first. And let me just show you something here right now. On the weekly chart, right now we cannot actually ignore this very strong support level right here at 1.03910. And seems like this strong key support level right here is gonna keep its position after the breakout from that level of a resistance as well at 1.03910. Now we can see that the last week we had here the strong bullish breakout candle. However, this current week, the candle actually was a weak candle. It wasn't actually a strong bullish nor bearish candle. But however, in the end, this candle eventually has actually retested the broken level of a resistance right here. So eventually we ended up with a bullish breakout candle, a previous resistance, and a new support was born. And in my opinion, if I'm not mistaken, we can actually expect from the Euro USD to start the week on Monday morning by starting a bearish movement, and that support, however, is eventually gonna be respected. So now it's a game about finding the strongest and real level of a support where we are actually expecting from the market to reverse from. So let's go now to the daily chart, just to make sure that we're actually seeing the candles clearly. Now, what we need to do is separate the real level of a support from the fake breakouts, and check out this level right here. Let me just be more precise. Exactly like this. Yes, just to be very precise, exactly. So right now we can see right here we had here a real level of a support, then a fake breakouts, and then another fake breakout, and then the same level of a real support has been respected. Now keep in mind I'm on the daily chart, and now we can keep it going. We can see that the same level of a real support became a very strong real level of a resistance, not for once but for twice as well. However, the same level of the real support has been also respected. Wow, excellent. So meaning most likely we can start buying the Euro USD exactly on the same level once the pair fall for about, I would say, about 50 pips before we can start buying it. However, keep in mind again, I am on the daily chart, which means this is only the direction. To find the exact entry, we need to switch now to the smaller time frame, such as 4 hour or even 1 hour. Now on the 4 hour time frame, we will do the same. We will separate the real level of a support from the fake breakouts, and there it goes. Exactly. That is, my friends, a real level of a support, as you can see, and then a fake breakout in the middle, and we had here the same level of a real support has been respected. Keep in mind that this was a support number 1. It was also a previous strong real level of a resistance, which means the same level of a real support is most likely going to be respected, and the market will reverse most likely at 1.04898, and hopefully the market is going to continue the rise. Now, many of you might tell me, but Salah, we are having here a double top pattern, which means that the market is most likely going to continue to fall. Okay, I agree with you, but did you look at the bigger picture? Did you look at the weekly chart? Did you see what you are having right here? I mean, always the bigger time frames always surpass the smaller time frames. What we are seeing right here on the bigger time frame, which is the weekly, we are seeing here a very strong real level of a support and a broken level of a resistance, which means this zone right here is most likely going to be like the base where the market is going to continue the rise from, which means this is going to be actually like a solid ground, and the market is going to rely on it to start climbing its way. Don't forget also that we're having here a broken level of a resistance trend line, actually like this. So the market is actually continuing the rise, and most likely the Euro USD is going to continue the rise till it reaches that level of a a real level of a resistance, and after that the market will start the bearish journey, and it's going to continue the fall to retest that level of a support as well. So that being said, going back to the 4-hour time frame, let's now find our take profit levels. In my opinion, actually, since we are actually having here this level of a nearest real level of a resistance, let me show you. Right here on the 4-hour time frame, this was a real level of a resistance. Then we had here the fake breakout from it. Now, the Euro USD is most likely going to continue the rise, and that level of a real resistance is going to be retested, which means we're actually looking to make about 157 pips profit from this signal. However, for the safe zone, my friends, is going to be ranging just till the lowest level of a real support right here at 1.04257, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 64 pips against 154 pips of profit. Let's now move to the pound USD. Alright, so for the pound USD, it's really similar to the Euro USD. The market has reversed almost from the given price at 1.22543 and went in about 148 pips of profit. I think it's right. I'm not sure. 7th of December. 7th of December was Wednesday. Yes, the signal has been triggered. Exactly. It has been activated and went in a total of about 142 pips before reversing back to the entry. However, let's see now what we can do next with the pound USD. Let's now move to the weekly chart. Right now on the weekly chart, we can see the similarity between the Euro USD and the pound USD. I mean, they are really similar. We're having here a very strong key level of a support, as we can see exactly right there at 1.21578. And right now, what we can see right here is that the market has spent the entire last week just retesting that level of a previous resistance right here, and that level of a support has been respected multiple times. Now, which means the pound USD is most likely right now going to continue the rise. However, if I'm not mistaken, the pound USD is going to continue the rise till it reaches that level of a previous resistance at 1.25898, which means we can actually expect 430 pips of growth. Of course, this is not gonna be the signal, but I'm just telling you how far we can expect from the pound USD to continue the rise to. Now, moving back to the daily chart. Right now on the daily chart, what we can notice right here, the first thing is that level of a strong real level of a support, and it was respected right here, and it was a resistance right here, and also that level of a real support has finally been respected right there. I think that happened on Tuesday. Then we can see Wednesday, Thursday, Friday candles were actually a bullish candles, which means that most likely the pound USD is going to continue the rise. Not to mention that, of course, we're having here the reversed hammer, which I really like and I trust a lot. This is my actually confirmation for a bullish reversal. Once we see this candle appeared on the support level, it usually indicates for a bullish reversal and continuation in the momentum. So the direction is most likely going to be bullish. But to find the exact entry, let's now go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, again we will do the same thing. We will just separate the real level of a support from the fake breakouts, and as we can see exactly right there, This level was a real support as well. It was a strong real level of a resistance. It was a fake breakout right here, and another this actually pattern was entirely a fake breakout. If we check on the left side now, let's just scroll more to the left side. I want to show you the strength of this level as a support. Check this out. It was also a strong key level of a support right here. It was a very strong key level of a resistance. And keep scrolling, we can see here, of course, it was a very strong key level of a support as well. Therefore, 1.22029 is gonna be our guy. It's gonna be the level where we can start buying the pound USD after it fall for about 58 pips more. And again, for the take profit level, let's just go to the daily chart. And right now, the target has to be placed right here at the peak of the highest level of the resistance, exactly right there, at 1.23665. The market is most likely going to continue to rise till it reaches the highest level of the resistance right here, which means we are actually expecting to make approximately, guys, 163 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a previous real level of a support at 1.21421, which means the safe zone is ranging for 59 pips or 60 pips against 163 pips of profit. Moving to the AUD USD. Okay, as we can see, my friends, the AUD USD has also been triggered, but no, actually it hasn't been triggered. Actually, yeah, it was triggered, but it was actually going in loss. However, the entire signal is going to be changed right now because, as we can see, that level of a previous support is now becoming a new support. Therefore, we can no longer keep the sell order for the AUD USD. And therefore, we are going to start buying this pair. I mean, this is very similar analysis to the AUD USD, so to the pound USD and to the euro USD. Now, right now, we can see clearly that the market actually has formed right here a very strong real level of a support as well. 0.67164 is actually a very strong key level of a support, and really I don't think we need any analysis further than this. If we go right now to the daily chart, we can notice how this support has eventually been respected, and the market right now has formed a 3 continuation bullish candles for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, going back on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that we had here a very strong key support level, which has been respected. This is the real level of a support, which also became a resistance. And in the middle, we had here a fake breakout. So as we can see, what we are actually expecting, or what we were expecting from that level of a resistance to respect the real level of a resistance levels right there, and then it's going to continue the fall, but that didn't happen, and instead the market has actually continued the rise. And once it retested that level of a broken resistance, I mean, I honestly thought it's going to be a fake breakout. That didn't happen, and the market has instead respected that level of a support, which means the AUD USD is most likely going to continue the fall for about 34 pips more, and we can start buying the pair right on the second attempt of that support. Not to mention, of course, that we're having here a strong support trend line, and most likely the pair is going to continue the fall, and that level of a support trend line is going to be respected, and then the AUD USD is going to continue the rise. Now, looking at the 4-hour time frame, we can easily tell that the peak of the resistance exactly right here at 0.68937 is gonna be our take profit level, which means we can actually expect to make approximately 134 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone will not be ranging lower than this level of a real support right here at 0.66788, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 76 pips against 36 pips of profit. Moving now to the USD CAD. Alright, so the USD CAD actually has went all the way to the take profit level without triggering our buy area. Therefore, let's see now what we can do next with this pair. But before that, we are having here a bigger issue with this pair. The problem, guys, is you are actually running in about 14 minutes of this video and you are yet to hit the like button. And I'm really wondering what's the reason. Guys, really thank you. Last week, we had 304 likes for the weekly analysis video. Guys, really, I'm so simple. Other YouTubers asking for thousands of likes. Meanwhile, I'm here telling you to please hit the like button. I just want to see 250 likes, 300 likes, even 500, which is my dream, which I'm sure it's not gonna happen. But again, guys, as an appreciation, if you have made any profits with these signals, if you didn't even make any profits, I mean, for appreciation for the time that I'm doing to give you this video and this product, please, guys, hit the like button, and hopefully we will continue giving you these signals in this wonderful series. Anyway, let's now begin with the USD CAD. So what we can expect next with this pair. Now let's go to the weekly chart. Now on the weekly chart, we are actually right here on the peak of the real level of a resistance, guys, at 1.36517. Now let's track this level. So eventually, since 2016, we had here a fake breakout, then a real level of a resistance, then a major fake breakout happened right here during 2020, and then the same level of a real resistance right here has eventually been respected again. Now what happening is we are having here another fake breakout. Keep in mind that the real level of the resistance lies exactly right here and right there at 1.36517, which means that most likely the USD CAD is actually going to continue the fall this week. Let's just scroll to the right side. Now pay attention. So the last week we had here this candle, and this candle has also reversed exactly at the peak of that real level of a resistance. Then the last week, the last candle has actually closed just exactly below that level of a real resistance. That doesn't seem like bullish movement for me. That seems like a strong bearish, and therefore, if I'm not mistaken, on the next weeks we will witness a bearish movement for the USD CAD, and most likely the USD CAD is actually going to continue the fall for about 360 pips to reach that level of a previous real level of a support, and it was also here a support number 1. So that means if we go right now to the 4-hour time frame, pay attention. So right here also we had here, my friends, a real level of a resistance, real level, then another fake breakout, and on the left side we can see here these two peaks of the resistance, which has respected the real level of a resistance as well, and also we are having here the real level of a resistance. So therefore, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I'm not, right here, exactly right there, lies the real level of a resistance. Let me just be sure, accurate, exactly. Yes, let me just scroll to the right side, left side. Yes, I just want to be precise to the maximum as much as possible. Yes, actually my eyes was focusing right on this level of a resistance and this level of the resistance as well, making sure that the line is correct. Therefore, I believe the USD CAD is gonna continue the rise for about 22 pips before we can start shorting it. Not to mention, of course, that we're having here a real level of a resistance trend line, and seems like the market is eventually gonna end up respecting that level of a resistance trend line. Therefore, selling the USD CAD at 1.36667 is gonna be my idea about this pair, and the take profit level is gonna be placed just right there at the exactly at the nearest strong key support level exactly, which was also previously a real level of a resistance at 1.34973, which means we are expecting to make approximately 170 pips profit from the signal. That's actually a lot. Let me adjust the signal to be right here only. I mean, we don't really need to keep the signal running for more than that. 120 pips actually is more realistic signal for me. However, the stop loss is going to be placed just right here exactly at the peak of that previous real level of a resistance at 1.37412. However, if the market has been able to exceed that level of a resistance trend line, then most likely it means that the USD CAD is actually going to continue the rise, because we are relying mainly on that level of a resistance trend line. So please listen to my words. If we have noticed any strong bullish breakout candle, and keep in mind, a bullish breakout candle closing above that level of a resistance trend line, then please close your trade in loss. But don't close the trade unless the candle has actually closed as a bullish breakout candle. If the candle was still alive, then keep it running and wait for it to close. If it closed as a strong bullish breakout candle, then please close this trade in loss. Otherwise, wait for it to close as a pin bar, and then hopefully the market will start the bearish movement. So anyway, let me now write the signal for you. The safe zone, guys, is actually, that's a lot. Yeah, that we don't actually need more than that. Yeah, that's fine. So the safe zone is ranging for about 53 pips against 121 pips of profit. Moving now to the USD/JPY, which is really fantastic. I mean, I'm so happy about the USD/JPY. Finally, this market is actually loyal to my analysis. The USD/JPY has been respected multiple times, as we can see right here, right on 6th of December. Then again, Thursday and Friday. I think, yeah, actually, it's just Thursday. The USD/JPY is actually currently running in about 67 pips of profit. Let me just tell you something. We are still going to maintain a buy order for the USD/JPY. I'm just going to adjust the entry this time. So as we can see right here, the market has actually proven to be having here a very strong real level of a support at 135.923. That level has been respected multiple times, which is enough actually to confirm that the USD/JPY is indeed gonna continue the rise. Now, the question is where exactly we can start buying this pair again. Moving now to the 4-hour time frame. Now again, my trick here in analyzing this pair is by simply looking at the real level of a support, which lies exactly right there. Exactly. That is, my friends, a real level of a support at 136.302. And we had here the bullish breakout from that level of a new resistance. Therefore, we will have to wait for the USD/JPY to fall right here, respecting hopefully that level of a previous support. And after that, it's going to continue the rise. Not to mention, of course, that we're having here also a resistance trend line. Let me just show it to you. Just like that. And seems to me that we're having here also a channel. Exactly. So we can see right here that the channel is getting more narrow. And we will end up with what we can call actually the price explosion. Price explosion, it means that the market actually getting more narrow and narrow. This what we can also call a bottleneck, and therefore the market has no place to go, but most likely it's gonna be to the bullish movement. It's gonna be an uptrend. The reason again is if we look at the daily chart, we can see that the market is indeed respecting that level of a support, and that level of a support has been respected as well. Therefore, I cannot actually see any resistance on this level. There is not a single strong resistance on this zone, my friends. The USD/JPY is most likely going to continue the rise, and that level of a real resistance is going to be revisited. Therefore, going back to the 4-hour time frame, we will be buying the USD/JPY exactly from that level at 136.302. Let me just move the signal only, just like that, and edit this one to be 136.302. Actually, yeah, 302. And the take profit level is going to be adjusted actually. Or actually we can keep it the same, I think. 200 pips against 114 pips of the safe zone. I think, yes, we can keep the same take profit level and the exact same safe zone. Hopefully, guys, it's going to be a good signal, and hopefully everyone will make good profit with this one. I am personally going to enter this signal, by the way, of course, using a proper money management, and hopefully we will make good profits with it. So that's everything for this pair. Moving now to the USD/CHF. USD/CHF sadly was actually going in a good profit, but as you can see, the market went eventually against our direction. So sadly, the USD/CHF signal has failed. All right, so let's see now what we can do next with this pair. Now moving to the weekly chart. All right, now on the weekly chart, we can see the very strong bearish movement right now. So maybe I was mistaken. Actually, I was actually assuming that this level of a support is going to be respected and the market will continue the rise based on that level of a previous resistance. But what happened was the opposite, and the market seems like it's going to continue the fall. Now, let's keep in mind something. For the USD/CHF, we're having here a real level of a support trend line, and pay attention, it actually has been breaking out from. All right. That means that most likely the USD/CHF is actually going to continue the fall till it reaches that level of a support before the market rise again and retest that level of a broken support trend line to create a new resistance trend line. Therefore, I believe the USD/CHF is going to continue the fall till it reaches that level of a previous support, which means the USD/CHF still has about 145 pips more to go. Now, we are going to start shorting this pair exactly at that level of a resistance at 0.93752, and the take profit level is going to be placed just right there at the nearest support, as I mentioned, at 0.92320. Pay attention, all of that being judged from the weekly chart. I mean, really, it's obvious for me. I mean, even if I go to the daily chart, it's so clear for me that this level of a real key resistance is most likely going to be respected right after the market reaches that level and rises for about 32 pips. I mean, this is really a perfect entry. Even on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the market has already formed right here, a resistance number 1. Therefore, we can start shorting this pair right on the second attempt of the resistance. I mean, really, the USD+CHF is a very simple and easy signal. And the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of a resistance right here at 0.94326. So let me now please write the signal for you. Moving now to the gold. Sadly, the gold didn't, guys, went in the right direction. I really don't know what's going on. I'm not lucky with the gold the last few weeks. I'm really doing the best I can to analyze the gold, and hopefully this week I will be able to come back and hopefully we will make right now the right analysis. However, if I'm not mistaken, the analyzing for the euro, sorry, for the gold, is really gonna be similar to the euro USD and the pound USD as well. We can see right here. This is actually very interesting. So we had right here a real level of a support, as you can see right here on 1786.26. The market has always been respecting that level as a real support. Keep in mind, I'm right now on the weekly chart. Right now, what we can see right here is that this week, actually, it was, the entire week was actually an attempt to break out from that level of a previous resistance right here at 1786.26. However, the market has ended up by actually creating here a new support, and that level of a support has been strongly respected, which means that most likely the next candle is actually going to be bullish, and hopefully it's going to happen, which means we are actually going to start buying the gold for this week. Moving now to the daily chart. All right, so now on the daily chart, we actually have identified the direction on the weekly chart, and right now on the daily chart, we are going to actually find the best entry. And if I'm not mistaken, we need to go now to the 4-hour time frame, since actually the weekly chart is not really giving us a sure entry. However, this level right here at 1780.91 is actually a very interesting level to start buying the gold from. Let me just show you why. If we scroll, first of all, of course, we're having here the real level of a support, which has already been respected right here, and we already have here a support number 1. If we scroll more to the left side, what we can see right here is this. The same level of a support has been respected, and this was actually the lowest level of a support in this entire pattern. We can see that we had here a support attempt. Also, we had here another support attempt, another attempt of a support, and right here, this was actually the lowest one, which gives us the maximum where we can actually expect from the market to go eventually before starting the bullish reversal. Not to mention, of course, that we're having also right here the real level of a support has been respected multiple times. It was also a very strong key level of a resistance as well, which means that level is most likely going to be respected. Hopefully, it's going to be the best entry that we can ever have for the gold after it falls for about 151 pips, which is, of course, nothing for the gold. As we can see right here, for example, this one single candle, has actually fallen for about 180 pips. Another bullish candle right here has actually went up in about 260 pips. So 150 pips for the gold is really nothing. This can actually happen by Monday opening, and therefore if we go now to the daily chart, the take profit level, and let's now find the take profit level in a professional way. So we're having here the real level of a resistance, a support trend line. This was a support trend line, which has also been respected finally after this fake breakout. So we can see that the support trend line has actually been respected. Now, all we need to do is simply clone the same, or actually move the same level of a resistance trend line and place it just right there. Exactly. So this was a resistance trend line. Therefore, most likely the market is actually, after reversing on that level of a previous support, is going to continue the rise till it reaches the same level of a resistance trend line. So meaning we have to find right here on the left side a strong key level of a resistance where we can actually expect from the market to rise to. And there it goes. Exactly right here as 1844.15. This was actually a real level of a resistance. We had here a fake breakout in the middle. It also became a strong real level of a support. Eventually it was actually a first attempt of a resistance, number one, and therefore we can actually expect from the gold to continue the rise after bouncing on that level of a previous support, and then continue the rise till it reaches the same level of a resistance trend line, and also that level of a resistance is gonna be respected, which means we can actually expect to make approximately 633 pips profit from the signal, and the safe zone is gonna be ranging just till the lowest level of a support right here as 1749.84, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 300 pips against 645 pips of profits. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the gold and the other USD pairs for this week. I think it's hopefully going to be a good week, and hopefully everyone is going to make a good profit with it. In the end, I have to warn everyone about the upcoming news. On Tuesday, guys, we're having the core CPI news for the USD pairs at 5:30 p.m. Dubai time, 1:30 p.m. GMT time. Guys, this is really important. You cannot ever ignore these news. They will most likely change the entire direction of these signals if they haven't reached the take profit level by the time these news are out. So again, please be careful and wise about your trades. Don't ever ignore the news. They are highly important for every Forex trader. Not to mention, of course, that on Wednesday, we're having the FOMC statement news. And I will never release the late week analysis video before the FOMC is out. After the news of the FOMC, I will hopefully release the late week analysis video after seeing how the market will behave to this news. It's gonna be at 11 p.m. Dubai time. I think 7 a.m. GMT, 7 p.m. sorry, GMT time. Then again, on Thursday, it's loaded with the news. I mean, imagine if you are driving your car and you see millions of humps on the way. This is really like it. Keeping any trades running during this time is really risky, especially for the pound. Monetary policy summary is actually and of course the official bank rate is actually a very important news, and they usually rocks the pound pairs. 4 p.m. Dubai time, 12 p.m. GMT time, the news will be out. Also on early morning, we will have the unemployment rate for the Australian dollar. Not to mention, of course, that we're having the retail sales and the Empire State Manufacturing Index for the USD pairs at 5:30 p.m. Dubai time, 1:30 p.m. GMT time. Then again on Friday, we're having the Flash Services PMI for the USD pairs at 6:45 p.m. Dubai time. And I think it says about 2:45 p.m. GMT time. Also, we are having the same goes to the pound USD at 1:30 p.m. Dubai time. I think 10:30 a.m. GMT time. So again, guys, please be careful. These news are actually very risky to trade at their times. So this week is going to be loaded with this news, and we have to be really careful. So again, don't ever trade these signals blindly. Make sure that you have always been prepared with a dedicated amount for each signal, and you have paid enough attention to the news. And again, I would like to invite everyone to try the VIP group, guys. We're having very good time right now, and I think December is gonna be our best month so far for this year. So in the end, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.